opening statement, we'll beat it by team. We got to get ready to go tomorrow, so we got quick turnaround, and we got to learn from this, but you don't put it behind you, but you got to put it behind you because we got to get ready to go. So we'll learn from it more in a day or two, even though there's always immediate learning. So I'm open up for questions. How's that?
Tom, a lot of these people came out here tonight to see a bunch of young guys that they're really seeing in this situation. What should they leave feeling?
From our perspective, a lot of good things, but also a lot of slop. The first things that come to my mind in that dual meet was a little bit of sloppiness and maybe a little ugly. When you get opportunities to put yourself back into the match, say like a guy like Luke Lofthouse, you gotta capitalize on that, especially when you're doing things to get back in the match and it's going your way. And it looks like it's going to keep going your way. You got to make it keep going. And you get taken down in that match, and you get ridden out the rest of that period. The first period is 2-0, and there's a lot going against you. And you do so much to get back into that match, and then you basically fell over as far as I could see. I mean, I got to watch the film, but there's no such thing as falling over.
How about your young guys, though?
There's no separation in my mind, though. I mean, we got St. John, major decision, Campbell, major decision, Ramos, major decision, and then McDonough, major decision. So 4 major decisions, that's 22 points. So that's big. That's big. That's what we want. We want those major decisions. But you look at it as a whole too. So.
Are they more mature, though? Speaking of these younger guys, are they more mature than what we expect?
Well, remember, we've seen him in the room for a long time now, and seen him wrestle in big matches their whole life, basically, in high school competition, etc. Last year, we've seen him in the room a lot, so we know what they're capable of. And I'm leaving one guy out, Luke Lofthouse. He's the same age as Ramos and St. John, and he never really gave himself a chance. And Reeder is a good wrestler, but we're looking at it from our perspective. It's not about, whether the guy's a good wrestler. It's not about what we're capable of and what you're going to do to go out and take something away from a guy that is a pretty good wrestler.
How big of a boost was Ballwig's win?
That's a big boost. And the key there is there's 2 things. One is he didn't hit one hole the whole night. You've got to go to offense. He's very explosive. You've seen him. All right, that's one thing. The second thing that comes to mind is on the roll, on the counter, would have been real easy to hold for stalemate. He didn't. He got his head up, back into the guy, and took the points. That's huge. And a lot of times guys look for stalemate. That's the difference between him and Kerr. Kerr's looking for stalemates and looking for things that are funky that he's going to fall into instead of like getting to him, using his funk to get him out of trouble and then capitalizing with good basics and that sort of thing. So Ballwig, good job, big win, but again, we got to open that baby up with good explosive things that I know we can do. But we got to show it too.
Why'd you choose Ramos? Why Ramos?
Just chosen. It's my decision. It's chosen. And both guys are there tomorrow night. We'll choose again. So we got the UNI Open. A lot of guys are going to that, but we'll keep both guys here.
Did you feel like the crowd was really getting behind him with the way he was attacking?
I tell you, he's looking better because of the things that he's doing. You saw him. Not going to really mention specifics, but very, very explosive and sharp and crisp and tight on the corners. And there's not a lot to counter there. When you're behind a guy and you got the head tight, and you're bringing that leg up. There's not a lot to counter. So good job for him. He's coming along.
Did you sense any jitters out of your young guys in this atmosphere? They've never wrestled here before.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, why didn't Ballwig do holds? Maybe jitters. I don't know. I don't believe in jitters. Sorry. I mean, I just don't believe in that stuff. I mean, these guys have wrestled in front of 12,000 fans before the state tournament here in the state of Iowa. So they've wrestled in big meets across the United States, in Fargo, North Dakota. These guys are winners.
A lot of the Iowa State wrestlers had 10, 12 matches under their belt. Were you concerned at all about the Iowa State being a little more into their season so far?
No, I mean, I don't like down the road.
No, Iowa State wrestlers had 10, 12 matches already this year.
I don't look at that stuff. I'd say it more this year, but I didn't say it much in the past, but you'd be really surprised at what I don't know about our opponent. You'd be real surprised.
Well, that's 7 straight now against Iowa State, and you know every year
I
their
didn't know
main
that
goal is
either.
to main goal is to beat you. I mean, that's got to be a nice feather in
It's
your cap to
important
keep
for both
going.
programs. I don't mince words on that. It's very important to us. It is for supremacy in the state. I mean, it's important.
What do you think of the idea that you actually have a trophy now for this?
I think it's great, especially with the guy who's behind it, being represented both programs. He said Iowa State, been there, done that. Iowa, been there, still doing that. I like this quote.
Coach, how would you assess the toughness factor tonight, up and down the lineup for you guys?
Good question, because that's what we're looking for. The toughness factor is I think it's there. I think there's a bigger barometer to that, smart, that goes along with it. I think we were smart. There was some situations where we could have been in a big jam with Reeder on that elbow. I mean, that could have been disastrous. There was, you got out of there. Jake Kerr, got to be smarter. And we got Aaron Jansen going to the UNI Open, and the door's open. The door's open at that weight, and it's been open. So, you stand around, and it's hard to be tough when you're standing around. So, we got some good things going. We got some good things going, but we got to keep getting better. It's got to be accelerated. It doesn't mean you change everything, but it's got to be accelerated.
You talked a lot before the season about the concern that some of these youngsters would soil their pants when they first get out there. Do you think that you're past that point now, that they've proven themselves to you a little bit?
I think in this stage it's a big meet, and there's always that possibility. And I've asked them more than once in certain terms, and I always get the answer I want. I don't know. I mean, tonight they showed that pretty much. A guy like St. John, he showed that he can handle it. A guy like Ramos, he showed he can handle it. So, it's a big match for those guys. So good for them.
One more question. We'll bring in Coach Jackson.
No more questions. All right. Thank you.